Hello, hello, everybody. How's it going today? Hope you're having a good Tuesday. I did, to say the least. Messing up on Windows already. It's always a good start to a stream. But if you're going to have issues, get them out of the way early, yeah? It's not even that big of an issue. Alright, so day 3 of Heaven's Ward, day 15 overall. Going pretty good, I think. Going by a little bit quicker than I thought it would. So, yeah, we're here at going to Zenith. And the Churning Mists, I believe the name is his own. About to have the first talk with Freysfelger. We're gonna see how that goes, shall we? Let's get to it. Probably also help if I was in New Game Plus proper. One hell of a bit of masonry to have something standing for 1,000 years at least. Especially when all is connected and things like this is just this little stairway. But who knows, that could be a floating island. Ooh, a lot of sprouts here. Very many sprouts. Okay, Moobot, thank you.
This Lucy Anwar.
It's a Durgan.
Freysfelger.
S in NR. Waymorn Eon. Scorn.
By the 12. Mine ears hear the tongue of dragons, yet the meaning rings clear within my mind. How can that be?
Freysfelger, do you not remember me? 'Twas I whom you found in Dravania. I who glimpsed the truth. The truth about your past. About Shiva. But speak it I must. I have summoned Shiva's soul from the beyond and offered myself as her vessel. She has made her heart known to me.
Enya. Lis umways. Anarshi-esk En eski anshis li eski.
I have surrendered mine to her. Do you not see, my love? I am Shiva reborn.
Anga. Esklai for Ineshi neshi lai. Kanokish esole. Non shi esh olin. Inesh in eldu olin. I'm for is el ni an il ankin. Lisnesk nedidranan. Eskian unkin nesh. Ikin monesh el.
Speaking of Bahamut,
Esk esh ed ol. Esk esh easy lis nice.
Then the spirit that answered me.
Ntene. Esh edi in eski. Non esi somi shisi shi.
Be that as it may, Lord Hraesvelger, Izel's desire to heal the rift between man and dragon is real, and it has borne us this far. We would spare both our kind and yours the ravages of this senseless war. Pray join your voice to ours in a call for peace and forgiveness.
Nten I el gain. Kakole soyin. Slosk star ishiste. Stosk in. N asai inusk. Teto hamafo. Esk ein isom ul a. Dran il ul esk apashi. Für einigen losken stari strari dran. Lar es nicht schnell. Tohamaftar, feskdu for one istrasi, on lis el eshtaithon. Sai el if in erned, or ratatoska, stre ul mornin. Seski man lisna, kase, tienen el moniken, eskian, es nestin, es nestin, as list. Is lufta, sit thra and tu in, bish an es el
so the elves dealt first blood.
Sith moni ratatoska nis heg ed, for always in dar. Kal Egmon thorn en luin, ale fe in leitar, working uskin in. San hes shis nishka, stadrana moin. Snodoan kin, ulteda maas mornish.
Your tale bears scant resemblance to the one I was taught. How convenient that it should absolve your kind of all responsibility. But tell me, dragon, why should I believe your version of events?
Mixai eski listain. Non miki shisikin. Kua ala aim el. Sai an ursina ha an thon nizeg. Non wo I alamon a. Skor esk nik I es. Nes so I an in. Do in an. Olodra.
Ishgard's so-called heretics.
Sale. Orn I nesh iratatoska kin fo elna. Sith is nesh kin an.
Then, the seed lies within us.
Is ros esh idran. Oloson inizeg. Non nish I esk diedran en. Wa ulwa skola hes alakin el andranken. Mondo.
We're either going to kill you all or convert you all to punish you for what you did 1,000 years ago.
Ye gods, I have borne witness to such a transformation. Looked on as a heretic assumed the shape of a dragon. I imagined it some manner of Dravanian enchantment. But if any Ishgardian, regardless of allegiance, has such potential within them, 12 forgive us. To think of all the dragons we've slain!
War ulmon ala an as drao. Kawol smaim kol suthra hals eskoni. Se an in kinizeg.
Oft have I wondered why Nidhogg did not simply raze Ishgard to the ground. Now I have my answer. He has no intention of winning the Dragonsong War, for it is no war at all, but vengeance, an eternal requiem sung for his murdered sister.
In ice in drao. Ale inia in.
I have not come this far only to admit defeat. We can still return the eye to Nidhogg and beg forgiveness for our ancestors' crimes. Mayhap our words will sway him.
You think so?
Ja an. Lis as an in. En la tu ole ul in an hes isu. Mik du set in sohi. Nosta e. No lis as dui for tha in. Ka. En isi a uldran as niseg for. En lai as nesh I an iratatoska.
It's like, to us, 1,000 years is like, damn, that's a long time. The dragons, 1,000 years is like yesterday.
En sith son ishi eskfa ulgar los an. Snosk for an, non an lis I an. Skol ilens an. Skola.
So the true origin of the Dragonsong War laid bare. Izael questioning literally everything. Estinian's like, I told you so. Now we do things my way. Hraesvelgr was every bit as awe-inspiring as I imagined. His voice fairly dripped with power. The will behind his words so undeniable that it transcended my ignorance of the dragon's tongue. 'Tis but a pity that I mislike what he said. So far did we travel, even to the very heavens themselves, only to be dismissed like the unruly children. And far from mitigating this humiliation, the hidden truths we have learned served only to prove that our grand mission of peace was destined to fail from the first. Nothing will deter Nidhogg from his course. Just straight up. I guess that's part 1 of Heaven's Ward done. If I had known that, I would have done that yesterday. Damn. So on to Heaven's Ward, part 2. Venturing deep into the domain of the dragons, the heroes come face to face with the great worm Hraesvelgr, with whom they learn the sordid truth of the Dragonsong War. Born of man's treachery was this bloody conflict, and by man's hand it must be ended. Thus does the Warrior of Light sally forth with Ishgard's greatest champion, the Azure Dragoon, on a mission to crush the serpent's head.
Well, what do you propose we do now? I, for one, am intent on continuing to the east.
What is there to be found in the east?
Nidhogg's lair, the Eyrie, is said to lie in that direction. And the eye tells me he is near.
You cannot still mean to slay him.
Did you not hear what was said?
You cannot still mean to stop me. I have been true to my word, and aided you in this fool's errand with Hraesvelgr. But your efforts at parley have come to naught, Lady Iceheart. I would see Ishgard saved, and for that, Nidhogg must die.
With the tale of our ancestors' vile betrayal yet ringing in your ears, you speak of continuing this war?
Sounds like he's planning on ending it.
Nay, lady. I would but pierce its vengeful heart. When Nidhogg dies, this war shall die with him.
That's my headphones.
A moment, Estinian. You yourself spoke of the Great Worm's strength, that you believed him powerful enough to raise your city to the ground. How then are we few to challenge him? Even behind the stout walls of Ishgard, with an army of knights manning the defenses, our victory would be hard won. Yet you propose to contend with the beast in his own lair.
In close combat, this will afford us an advantage. And with 2 Azure Dragoons working in unison, who can say what might be possible? But such speculation is meaningless if we cannot even find the worm. Our first task must be to seek out Nidhogg's lair.
The story of this nation grows bloodier by the moment. Must death always be answered with more of the same?
Not always.
Such is the way of things, I fear. I shall consider it a miracle if mine armor is not stained crimson ere this conflict is ended.
That I should be blinded by my own lies. Everything I believed, everything I thought I was, gone. All gone.
Leave her. Your words will not reach her now. and we have not the time to wait for her to gather up the pieces of her shattered faith.
Now it's Ysael that's the broken one instead of Alphino. There she be. I like how it's called a strangler. Like, yeah, we're gonna ambush him. And then the guy's like, oh, whoops.
Is that it?
Aye, that would be the Eyrie. I feel Nidhogg's presence through the eye, his caustic hatred gnawing at my soul. 'Twould seem the death of his consort has put him on guard. Mark how he wards his lair with tempestuous winds.
A similar barrier once barred our entrance to the Primal Garuda's domain, until we discovered the means by which it could be penetrated. Mayhap it is time we called upon Master Garland. 'Twill be just like the good old days, no?
Sid, need your help again. Need you to carry. A force of sufficient power to break through the Primal's defenses might conceivably grant us access to the Eyrie. I can offer no better solution. Pray consult this engineer friend of yours. Very well, on the condition that you swear not to lure Nidhogg from his lair in our absence. And steal all the glory for myself, you mean? Nay, I am not so selfish as that. Contact me by link pearl when your preparations are complete, and we shall set forth from Ishgard together. I suggest we rendezvous back at St. Renate's Forum, Linkus. From what I gleaned of the Holy Sea's decidedly ambitious airship project, Sid will still be in Ishgard. When last you saw Master Garland, he was advising the Ishgardians on their ailing airship, correct? In that case, he might still be at Camp Cloudtop. Failing that, we could try the airship landing. We may have even a Skysteel manufacturing. But let us not waste time searching aimlessly. Someone in the city is sure to know where to find him. The question is who? Sir Emmerich would seem the obvious choice. There is no guaranteeing he will be able to grant us an audience at short notice. Ah, I have it! Count Edmond's youngest son, prides himself on knowing all of the Holy Sea's juiciest rumors. Let us return to the manor and see if Lord Emmeline is about. Elaine. I think it's how you're supposed to say it. Show me in, please. One day, his name will be said. Ah, the hero returns. How goes the fight, old boy? Well, I trust. In search of a Sid Garland, you say. Then say no more. The taverns are full of talk, and the name of said silver-haired genius was cropped up more often than most. I hear he's been tasked with giving that monstrous airship the Holy See commission to actually fly. It would seem the project has been plagued with mishaps from the first. In any case, Garland Ironworks employees are known to frequent the airship landing. I wager their master does too. The airship landing? Yes, I thought as much. Come, Linkus. We must find Sid and trouble him for his expert opinion. The Heavens Word music is so good. There you go. He's just right here. How convenient. Lucas, Alpha no. How fare you both? Not terribly well, judging by your faces. Greetings, Master Garland. I'm sure it will come as a little surprise when I tell you we need a favor. Need a way to penetrate a barrier. Another wind barrier? And you say it was conjured by Nidhogg? The Enterprise could certainly take you where you need to go, but she would not fare well against dragons. She's agile for a ship her size, but not that agile. Dravanians will fly rings around her. And if they took it into their heads to incinerate the rigging, there'd be precious little we could do to avoid them. But there must be something we can do, some manner of weapon we could employ. Estinian stands vigil at the edge of the turning mist, but we do not know how much longer. Alright. I didn't say it was impossible. I just said it was impossible for the Enterprise. We need a smaller boat. Biggs, Wedge, it's time we gave that new toy of yours a proper field test. Probably best if I let the lad show you. Come on, the manufactory's not far. To the Sky Steel Manufactory. Learn to do this. Our little project's just inside. Oh, you're gonna like this one.
Feast your eyes upon our latest and greatest feat of engineering. We call it a mana cutter.
After you put down Gaius, Wedge and me struck out on our own for a bit, and started work on the successor to the tiny Bronco.
Impressive little thing, isn't she? My talent for ship design has plainly rubbed off on them. They've adapted the principles of corrupted crystal technology and constructed a mechanism which converts ether from its surroundings into elemental wind. Said wind is then harnessed by the specially engineered sails, providing the craft with propulsion and lift. All in all, a most elegant solution. I'm actually a little upset that I didn't think of it myself.
The design does, however, come with one small flaw.
The energy conversion ratio is bloody awful. To generate enough power to get you off the ground, you need to be in an area awash with predominantly wind-aspected ether.
In other words, there are a few places you can fly, lots of places you can't.
The new Ishgardian airship hasn't left the boys much time for tinkering, meaning it may be a while before this particular project takes off. If you'll forgive the pun.
Tataru, what's happened?
I've been looking all over for you. There's been word from Aldar. It's about Her Grace the Sultana.
It seems you're required elsewhere. Leave the mana cutter with us. We'll see that she's airworthy and suitably equipped to slice through those winds. You, meanwhile, should concentrate on providing Raoban and the Sultana whatever help they need.
So what's this about the Sultana? General Raoban says they may have uncovered the Sultana's whereabouts, and he wants you, by which I mean both of you, to go to the Waking Sands right away and help with the investigation. Come, Linkus. Pressing though Ishgard's plight may be, our presence here will not serve to hasten the mana cutter's completion. Let us return to the troubled lands of Thanaline and lend what aid we may. Tataru, have our friends at the congregation send a message to Estinian. Tell him we have identified a solution to our problem, but that it will take some time to prepare. As you wish, Master Alphino. To the Waking Sands, warrior of light. 'Tis past time Uldar was delivered from this darkness. Once more, pray return. The cutscene's on. Yeah. Why is everywhere I go sand or fog? Come on. I just want to see the land. That's not X. That's also not X. That is X. Hey, he's back.
Thank you for coming.
No thanks are necessary, General. I trust your recuperation continues apace.
I cannot complain. Thanks to Higirian administrations, I've regained much of the strength I lost during my imprisonment.
I gather you have made progress in the search for Her Grace.
Aye, some good fortune at last. A few days past, Dulala informed us that a sizable shipment of alchemical supplies had been delivered to the palace.
With Papa Shan's assistance, I set out to ascertain the source and nature of the shipment. My inquiries led me to Frondale's frontistery. There, I learned that an order had been placed for a curious substance designed to sustain patients trapped in death-like slumber. An invention of the former head alchemist, apparently.
A death-like slumber? This cannot be a coincidence.
It lends some weight to Dulala's claims, aye. Her Grace is likely somewhere within the palace, abed but alive.
Before making any attempt to extricate the Sultana, however, it seemed prudent to learn what manner of substance was used to induce her torpor. To that end, I made inquiries as to the whereabouts of the one most like to have administered it. The lady in waiting, Meriel. We sent for you as soon as we learned of her location. All that remains is to apprehend the woman.
Alright then, let's go.
We shall find our cat's paw in the Silver Bazaar. But we must tread carefully. The market is not the bustling place it once was, and someone is sure to mark our coming. Should they inform the monetarists, we'll have a fight on our hands. We must be prepared for the worst, and being short an arm, I thought it wise to take another in its stead. What say you, Warrior of Light? Will you lend me yours?
Of course.
Then I pity the bastard that stands in our way. Come, my friends, for Nanamo, and for Ul'dah!
Our target is Meryl, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting, a woman of Midlander heritage. I am told the two of you have met. Our sources indicate that she left the palace shortly after the incident and quietly rejoined the dwindling population of the Silver Bazaar. I suggest we begin by questioning the market's residents and confirm that Meryl is still hiding there. Hey, you guys walk, I'll teleport. It's only $100. Okay, fine, I'll go down. Stop yelling at me, I can't go higher. Kinda wish this flight ceiling was higher, but and ARR zones, but I also understand that this place was not predominantly meant for flying at all, and we're lucky to have it because devs got bored. But yeah. I don't know of any returning residents. Gods, don't tell me they're starting to come back. Masters will not be pleased to hear of this. Familiar maiden? Why are you a familiar maiden? Oh, right. Right, samurai quest stuff. Yeah, what brings you to a lonely little hamlet? I believe the arrival of your entourage just about doubled our population. Looking for Mariels, you say? If you're hoping to lure her back to Ul'dah, you may as well give up now. The girl's done with city life. Yeah. What are you doing here? Why are you helping? Danielle. Meryl? Oh, she's here. She left the city for good, she says. Barely leaves her house, though. It's the one closest to the market entrance. There you go. Find a kid and get him to spit the information out. It's this house, right? Yep.
You are Meriel, the Sultana's former lady-in-waiting?
I know no one of that name. Pray excuse me.
Just let her walk by. There's the backup.
General Alden.
Oh, now you got nowhere to go.
We will have the truth from you, girl.
Mayhap it would be better coming from me.
That's why she's here.
Lonorito, you best talk fast.
As you know, Teleji Adeleji's Cartano reclamation bill was no more than a facade. A means to get his grubby little hands on that Allagan monstrosity, Omega. When he learned of Nanamo's intention to abdicate, however, he was forced to amend his plans. Suddenly, assassination seemed the most promising way to further his ambitions. I am told Teleji had discovered a maid in whose veins ran the blood of House Thorn. A new, more pliable puppet to sit the throne. 'Twould have caused an uproar, of course, but few could have contested her claim. 'Twas plain that Teleji's wild machinations had outgrown our ability to control them. So I decided to usurp his scheme and left the fool to seal his own demise.
And what of Nanamo?
Oh, I have no desire to harm her grace. 'Twould profit me little to destabilize our government. Thus did I employ young Mariel here to administer a potent sleeping potion in place of a poison. You should know, General, that your dear friend Ilberd was fully aware of my plan. I had him lie about the assassination as a means to prime your rage against Teleji. We weren't entirely sure how you would react, but things went rather better than expected.
You little shit.
You conniving little worm. You had your claws in the Crystal Braves before their first recruit had sworn to serve!
But of course, when a new game begins, 'tis only prudent to have a piece on the board. Ilberd was mine. Truth be told, a significant proportion of the Braves' initial endowment was also mine. With such large sums moving about, 'twas a rather trifling matter to disguise my own contribution.
Which we all discovered. Alphino's now pissed.
Ah, Ilberd. I secured his services with a promise to support his cause once my authority had been solidified. I swear, the man thinks of naught but prizing Alamigo from the grasp of the Empire. Unlike you, General, the poor fellow seems quite unable to forsake the land of his forefathers. Mayhap that's why he called you a traitor to your people and a disgrace to your homeland, amongst other things.
Sure you want to
What
be
was it
touching?
he always compared you to? Oh, yes, an overgrown lapdog begging for scraps at the Sultana's table. Oh, how we laughed.
Sure you want to poke? You sure you want to go there? Literally poking the bull with a hot poker.
Alas, Ilberd's entertaining little outbursts eventually gave way to wearisome tirades, and the zealous brute became rather unruly. I had no wish to see you executed, you understand, but he would not take no for an answer. Rest assured, his employment with me has long since ended. Which brings us neatly to the present. What say you, General? Both you and the Sultana are alive. We have one corpse and one fugitive. And preparations have been made to restore your good name. Shall we cry quits and start again with a blank ledger?
The hells we will! Do you honestly expect me to forgive and forget? After all you've done? You're guilty of high treason!
Stay your blade, Master Alden. You yourself are not innocent. Or have you forgotten your own crime in executing Teleji Adeleji without trial? Though you acted out of loyalty to the Sultana, such deeds are in violation of both the word and spirit of the law. If you would, Lord Lolorito?
This potion will wake the Sultana from her slumber. Consider it a gesture of conciliation. You will find her grace resting comfortably within her private chambers. Should you doubt my word, I shall willingly accompany you to the palace as your hostage.
I like not your motives, Lolorito. But you saved the Sultana's life, and for that, you have my gratitude.
Rauban Aldin, you are hereby reinstated as General of the Immortal Flames. The citizens of Ul'dah shall once more be united under Nanamo Ul'Namo, and together we shall usher in a new age of prosperity.
Technically, back to normal. He's not a fan, but literally not a fan, but by the 12, I feared Lord Lordorito's arrival would herald another bloodbath. Little did I suspect that he, of all people, would gift us the means to rouse the Sultana. Shall we also make our way to Ul'dah? I should imagine Bartholomew has been instructed to admit us. Save the Sultana because you don't want to lose Bank. And then leave a wild card on the table. Like, I wonder how Rauban's gonna react to this. Cleaves to Leggy in 2. And they're like, we didn't expect that. We got a desired result, but not in the way that we wanted. We wanted him out of the picture, not cleaved in 2. And they're like, well, we just go back to the way the things were and forget about all of it. Blame General Rauban mentioned you might be coming. Please, this way if you will. And it's like nobody really wanted Nanamo to die. And nobody really wanted to sour the names of everybody, but a couple individuals got too wild to control. Ilberd, one of them.
I was having the longest dream.
"'Tis time to wake up, Your Grace. Another day begins in Thanalan, and the sun blazes bright upon the sands. Her Grace is awoken. The palace physician assures me she's none the worse for her slumber. I believe Her Grace will soon resume her plans to place the government of Uldar into the hands of its citizens. Whatever path she chooses to take, I shall walk it with her. And we shall tread slowly, lest the nation be unsettled in our wake.
Her Grace's compassion is a shining beacon to us all. But what our city truly thrives upon is competition. 'Tis in the struggle against our rivals that opportunities are seized and fortunes made. And with the Empire on the offensive once more, now would hardly seem the time to turn our system of government upon its head.
Are you privy to new intelligence, my lord?
I would hardly call it new. Remind me, what was the name of that enormous Imperial warship which met its end in Mordona? Oh, wait, I have it. The Agrius, yes, well. 'Twould appear that the Garleans have been hard at work on another such vessel.
How close are they to completing this ship? Is it operational?
Its maiden flight was a success, I hear. I should imagine Emperor Varys is eager to see how it performs in battle. My lords and lady, I move that it is time to repair the damage caused by Teleji Adeleji and prepare our great nation to repel the Empire once more.
Literally like, hey, we got bigger issues. Let's keep the status quo for right now, and let's deal with that before we do anything hasty.
'Tis well that the Sultana has awoken. The Syndicate yet needs to put its house in order, but 'twould seem the worst of the confusion has passed. Uldar has taken control of its future, and I must do the same. I have decided to disband the Crystal Braves.
Aren't they already disbanded?
Among the recruits, there were those who supported our Order's goals and convictions with all sincerity. 'Tis my hope that these loyal men and women will choose to remain our allies in the battles to come. As for those who sided with the traitor, Ilberd, they shall be hunted down and held to account for their crimes. It is my earnest hope that they will surrender themselves peaceably when the time comes, though I think it unlikely. Ah, my all-conquering Crystal Braves. The model army meant to pave the way for a single unified Grand Company of Eorzea. That so high an ideal should be brought so low. I need not tell you how deeply the betrayal stung me. Yet I see now that it was mine own naivety and pride which allowed the Braves to fall prey to corruption. As ever, it is to your own shining example that I turn for inspiration. Like you, I mean to stand firm in the face of hardship and give mine all for the cause. Let us resume the search for our missing comrades, that we might come together to shine the light of dawn across the realm once more. The role of Crystal Brave Commander suited me ill, and I shall play it no longer. Henceforth, I shall be no more or less than Alphino, proud member of the Scions.
I blush to speak thus of mine inner turmoil, but the fact remains, there is no man alive in whom I would rather confide, Were it not for your shining example, I might never have emerged from beneath the pall of my despair. Have you finally broken out? Still no word from Master Garland. I hope this mana cutter of theirs is nearing completion. I am assured that her grace will make a full recovery. I, and Uldar too, shall flourish once more. General Rawbon and his colleagues have matters well in hand, I believe. Lady Ugiri, a question if I may. I believe your people have been keeping a close watch on the Crystal Braves. Might I know how things stand at the Rising Stones? Ah, yes, of course. You will be pleased to know that the 3rd Unit Braves abandoned Revenant's Toll when they learned of Captain Ilbert's defeat. The only blue uniforms to be seen there now are those worn by soldiers loyal to you, Master Alphino. To me? I see. I am grateful to hear that at least some of our members were true to their oaths. Ere we return to Ishgard, I must go to the Rising Stones and thank these stalwarts for their service. It shall be my final act as Crystal Brave Commander. Will you join me, Linkus? You were there at the company's inception. 'Tis only fitting that you be present at its end. And I would appreciate the support. Yeah, I'll go. Go in, and I think I'll take my first break for the day. Get up, refresh my water, stretch legs, all that good stuff. I implore... Oh, maybe not. Maybe I won't take my break yet. Commander, you're alive? I guess too. And they get scraped through. My splendid Crystal Braves, I have wronged you, all of you. My promises of glory and salvation have brought you naught but blood and betrayal. You'll not hear us complaining. 'Twas a sight messier than expected, aye. But we were still fighting for the freedom on all, just like we swore. Ain't that right, mates? Aye. You humble me. I am truly blessed to have such steadfast comrades. It is with the most profound regret, then, that I must... That's enough of that, Commander. We know what you mind to say. We ain't having none of it. We've talked it over, see, and we're all agreed. You can take our uniforms and strip us of our ranks, or we won't be no less of a company. But the Crystal Braves may be finished, but the ideals upon which the company was founded live on. They bind us to each other and to you. Commander Alphino, our minds are made up, so ye may as well get used to it. Let us help the Scions, and let us help you find Minfilia and the others. My friends, after all that has happened, I know not what to say. Yeah, I wanted to disband the Crystal Braves. Yeah, okay, we're still staying. Okay, now I shall take my first break of the day. So, I will be right back, folks. Don't go anywhere. See you soon. Alright folks, we back. We are back from break. Hope yours was good. Alright, Alfie, you sad little boy. Pray excuse me. I thought my tears spent. My grandfather used to say that one could measure a man by the consistency of his comrades. Mayhap I am the exception which proves the rule. Nay, do not protest. I know I am not worthy of the loyalty of Lincus. But as Thalek is my witness, I shall do everything in my power to earn it. I must speak of future plans with the remaining Braves. Any information we uncover on the missing Scions will need to be shared with our allies across the realm, specifically Urianger and the Waking Sands, and Tataru and Ishgard. Excuse me. While we are organizing our various channels of communication, I would ask that you call upon Master Garland at the assuming I can get the words out. Master Garland at the manufactory. I will join you in Ishgard as soon as I am able. It's nice to see NPCs join up with me because we're literally the beacon of hope for them. Skysteel Manufactory. Lincus, how on the seven hells do you do it? I was just about to send for you. We have but this moment completed the Mana Cutter's first successful test flight. A few minor adjustments and she'll be ready to go. While we see to the finishing touches, you might want to pay a visit to Forton Manor. A dragoon by the name of Estinian was looking for you. I got impatient and came back, did he? Brain fart. Use an aetherite. Let me in, boss. You have fulfilled your obligations to the Uldons, then. Mr. Tadaru has been keeping me appraised of the situation. Once I learned that these Mana Cutters of Master Garland were nearing completion, I saw no reason to tarry in the mists. For the present, Nidhogg seems content to remain in the area, plotting his revenge. Might not this be an apt moment to unfold our plans to Sir Emmerich? I think we have kept him in the dark long enough. Nope, wrong place. So Emmerich has been eager to speak with you. Pray proceed.
All stands ready, Lord Commander.
Ah, the moment has come then.
Pray excuse my lateness. I paid a brief visit to the workshop to inquire about the mana cutters. The engineers assure me that they're ready.
The area is now but a short flight away. Yet what a long and winding path we took to reach this point. Were it not for Master Alphino's proposal, we never would have attempted to parley with the dragons. Though our negotiations yielded little, our expedition with Lady Isar taught us much.
You took an unimaginable risk. I could scarce believe the tale Estinian told.
Aye. 'Tis true that many of our countrymen would sooner die than join hands with the heretic's mistress. But 'twas through that most unlikely of alliances that we came to speak with Hraesvelgr.
A conversation that went rather poorly, as I recall.
In this instance, the journey was more important than the destination. Had we not slain Nidhogg's consort, Tiaman, and put the Great Worm on his guard, the Dravanians would have arrived at Ishgard's walls long ago.
Aye, that they would. Full grateful am I for every hour of respite your actions have afforded us. Thanks to you, our defenses are much improved. 'Tis but a pity they won't be enough.
Thus you believe an assault upon the area represents the city's best chance of survival. Is that not so, Estinian?
I am under no illusions. Nidhogg's might is legendary. But with his eye in my possession, I can stifle his strength at the source. Victory will be hard won, even so. And I shall be glad indeed to have the Warrior of Light at my side.
You shall have my blade as well. There are more of these mana cutters to be had, yes?
Lord Commander, no!
How can I, a proud knight of Ishgard, stand by and do naught while an outsider risks life and limb for our homeland? I swore an oath to protect this city.
Pray leave the slaying of dragons to dragoons, Sir Knight. Your duty to command the city's defense is no less vital. Should we fail, and Nidhogg slip through our grasp, who then will hold the walls against him? Will you leave Ishgard in the hands of the Holy Sea's zealots?
There are others.
Who but you has the authority and the standing to orchestrate a city-wide defense? I do not, and neither does the Warrior of Light. That is why it is our place to fight, and yours to remain here, Lord Commander.
They're literally telling him.
What? You too, Master Alphino? By the Fury. You have shown some promise, but this adversary is far beyond your skills.
Your candor is appreciated, Sir Dragoon. I shall remain then and cheer you from afar.
He was about to say, I'm coming with you, and Justinian's like, dude, no. This foe's beyond you.
Well, my friend, it would seem I have discouraged the last of the volunteers, and claimed the task as ours alone. But if any alive can best this worm, 'tis surely we too.
Pricked Master Alphino's pride, I fear. But had I been less forceful, the boy would have insisted on accompanying us to the Eyrie. Do not think me blind to his talent. With a few more campaigns under his belt, I have no doubt that Alphino would make a fine field commander. but one does not practice on an adversary such as Nidhogg. We shall be hard-pressed enough without the added worry of carrying a novice. We have tarried long enough. Let us call upon Master Garland and take possession of the Mana Cutters. Kind of curious if Acidian keeps the same voice actor throughout Stormblood and Shadowbringers as he does here. Or does he just get like more deep in his voice? Off that way. Angus, old friend, the cutters are ready when you are. The bio adjustments cost us a few sleepless nights, but we got there in the end. Which means you can get out where you need to go. I tell you, these little beauties will tear through that wind barrier like a cement drill through a cottage cheese. That, my friend, is a Garland Ironworks guarantee. Have our thanks. Come, warrior of light. The dread worm awaits. Where are you at? The Airy. Sensing the death of his consort, a wary Nidhogg has surrounded his lair with a wall of tempestuous winds. After calling upon the assistance of Sid and his ingenious engineers, however, you and Astidian are now ready to breach the Howling Barrier on the wings of their latest airship prototype, the Mana Cutter. Join the Azure Dragoon on this, the greatest of worm hunts, and mount a direct assault upon the Airy. Only with the death of Nidhogg can you ensure the preservation of Ishgard and bring an end to the Dragon Song War. Hi. Oh, we're going down. Or we found a place to land. Here we go. Oh no, a terrible dragon. Oh wait, no, it's on the road. Come on. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I didn't get him. I low roll damage. Complete waste of cooldowns we got there. Maybe not line of sight, come on. Of elegant tech there. Interesting. There's more of it over there. Huh. Wonder why. Now, how have I never noticed that? It's so glaringly obvious. There he be. The worm himself. I will enfeeble the worm with the eye. You must strike while C is weak. If you're mortal, thou wouldst use mine own eye against me. Oh, he's dead. Oh, Air quotes dead. His HP bar hit 0.
No, Worm! This ends here!
Straight through his head, I think. Oh, he ripped out his second eye. That's what it was.
Gifted my people 1,000 years of suffering. Now I gift you an eternity in darkness.
Why is this eye yellow? Third crystal reawakens.
They are ours, Lord Eldrath. The eyes of Nidhogg.
Aye. The worm lies broken and my father is avenged. With the wellspring of his vitality thus denied him, Nidhogg shall not linger long in this world.
But behold the terrible price we have paid.
Excuse me.
My sire is dead. So many brother knights slain. We traded our honor for the strength which now courses in our veins. And still we are forced to make such sacrifice.
But not in vain, my lord. Hraesvelgr is the only great worm left in Dravania, and he dares not leave his lair. With Nidhogg's eyes in your possession, who now can challenge the might of Ishgard, ascend the throne, and take your rightful place as the ruler of our people?
Nay, my friend. I must forsake the mantle of king. Though Nidhogg be defeated, his wormling horde yet darkens the skies with wings beyond counting. As one who partook of Ratatoska's strength, it shall be my penance to bear a knight's arms until death grants me leave to retire. When that day comes, no prince shall perish, but a hell's-bound hunter of dragons.
But Lord Haldreth, what then shall become of the royal line?
Think of your people, my lord. Without a king, who will the common man turn to in his hour of need? How will he find his way without your benevolent hand to guide him?
I thank you, Sir Flavian and Sir Silvertrill, for dispelling my remaining doubts. With men of such wisdom and compassion in service to the realm, 'tis plain that Ishgard has no need of a king. But if you must bow to the demands of tradition, you need look no further than yourselves for one worthy to wear the crown. Fare thee well, my brother knights, my loyal friends. On these shoulders shall I bear the weight of my father's sins. With this lance shall I repay the debt accrued through our misdeeds.
The son paying for
what
the father's
cruel
sins.
jest has fate played upon us? Have we seized this desperate victory only to lose a king?
We can but act as our lord has bid. We few who remain must divide between us the rulership of Ishgard and her people.
Not I. My oath was to Lord Haldrath, and he alone. If he is not to be king, then I would hang up my shield as well.
Will you abandon us too, sir?
I would wash my hands of blood and betrayal, and take up an honest trade. Mayhap I shall serve ale instead of sharpened steel.
The Forgotten Knight.
We four, then.
Forton, Hylanat, Dyrendare, and Zemail.
Halantar.
But 4 houses to rule all of Ishgard.
And what of the throne?
We keep it empty. Until the day a king rises once more, we must assume the role of stewards. We shall shape our nation anew with a history of our own making, and let the truth of this dark day die here, upon the battlefield.
If only it were that simple. But the dragons don't forget.
What ails you, friend? Are you wounded?
Just looking into the past.
You have borne witness to history. To the culmination of the first battle with Nidhogg. The legend of Ishgard's founding tells that our ancestors were led to the land of Kurthus by the valiant King Thordan. In the midst of their journey, they came to a wide chasm, where they were set upon by a great worm, Nidhogg. A furious battle then ensued, with Thordan leading the van. Though the brave king was slain defending his people, his son, Haldrath, the first Azure Dragoon, fought on undaunted. And with a mighty thrust of his lance, he gouged out Nidhogg's eye, forcing the wicked creature into retreat. Thus, did this eldritch orb become a sacred treasure of Ishgard, lending its power to every knight deemed worthy to bear the title of Azure Dragoon. A rousing tale, is it not? Would that I could still believe it. But your vision, which we must accept as immutable truth, leaves no room for doubt, save on one point. If Haldrath took both of Nidhogg's eyes, then how came this eye to be lodged in the worm's skull? Beneath every answer we unearth, another question lies buried. 'Twas a fierce battle, but one I knew we would win. Your fame is well deserved, warrior of light. Full proud am I to have fought at your side. I would fain return with all swiftness to Ishgard to inform the Lord Commander of our triumph. But we must first have words with Hraesvelgr. There are parts of this tale that the worm has kept from us, and I would know wherefore.
So would I. This is what I imagine our character says there. The Nidhogg has fallen. My heart is yet heavy. And this stain of corruption pleases me not. When all has been put to rest, I must needs forge my armor anew. With Nidhogg fallen, none save Hraesvelgr remains to answer our questions. Let us trouble the worm again. And if Iceheart yet lingers at Zenith, all the better. I would have her hear the truth from the dragon's maw. was you, was it not? The furious screams of the dragons carried far. You have slain Nidhogg. What more could you desire from this place? Will you not allow Hraesvelgr to mourn the death of his kin in peace? Spare us your sanctimonious judgment, Ice Maiden. We have a gift for the Great Worm, and a mystery that can no longer lie buried. Lady Iceheart, the Dragonsong War has all but consumed your life and claimed many of your followers. 'Tis time you learn the truth of its beginning, the whole truth. That we may at last bring this bitter conflict to an end. Sound a horn, warrior of light. With clear skies, so we can actually see. Oh, that's a forced weather turn. Okay.
You mean the moment I prized your eye from his head?
Believe this belongs to you. So Nidhogg didn't like us from the start.
Hes isi angin.
It was yours. Your strength that sustained Nidhogg all these years.
Would that Haldreth had dealt the worm a killing blow.
Kom an I fåren kin ches morgon. Nå ska han strå av an ostjas anan.
And so you acquiesced. You surrendered your eye to Nidhogg, knowing full well the suffering he would inflict.
This worm som han sin inkin in ela. Vernon ratan in e. Esklos niseg a. Liz esk an gaan. I'm fire. Koluman. Tomlos ineskla. Kas echi shiso. Sekmon inaan. Srei snowfall in sif an.
Graysfelger is done with our shit, to say the least. Oh, he lifted not a single claw. 'Twould seem that Graysfelger wreaked his own manner of vengeance against us.
'Twas my life's goal to slay Nidhogg. But I find there is little joy to be had in its accomplishment.
But you have rid the world of a hate-filled creature, and ended a bloody war in so doing.
I lost my family to Nidhogg's flames, and 'twas with fury in my heart that I took up the lance. Every blow I struck in the name of vengeance. We were not so different, he and I.
I will not judge you for your deeds. I have not the right. Too many innocents have perished in the name of my greater good.
Yet even with all that has passed, the tale is incomplete. We are short a great worm's eye. Of the pair which Haldreth took from Nidhogg, only one is known to us, the one I bear. What then became of the other? Why did Nidhogg, who had taken such pains to prolong the Dragonsong War, suddenly decide to hurl his entire army against the walls of Ishgard? Lord Commander. Aye. The deed is done. Nidhogg is slain. What? In the city? A battle with whom? At once, Lord Commander. Hold firm till our return. Fighting has broken out in the city. Lord Emmerich was sparse with the particulars, but it seems some commoners threw open the gates to a force of heretics.
I gave no order to attack.
Are we to mark the end of the Dragon Song War by spilling the blood of our own? Mayhap Hraesvelgr was right about us. Let us away, Warrior of Light. The people must be saved from themselves.
Wait! I would join you! There has been enough violence. I will appeal to my people in the city and make them see reason.
Oh, come on then.
Come then, Lady Iceheart. Let us write the final chapter in this damnable war.
A small army of heretics has invaded the city, Your Eminence.
Knights of the Round.
But there is no cause for concern. A sizable contingent of our soldiers is already in place to repel the Dravanian assault. And the intruders will soon find themselves outnumbered and outmatched.
Our plans proceed apace, then?
Yes, Your Eminence. This unrest shall serve to feed the people's fear of the heretics and the dragons both.
And lend renewed fervor to their prayers for deliverance. Very good. Grant our guests what time they need to sow a measure of chaos, then order the Temple Knights to crush them.
Your will be done.
The moment is at hand. Excellent. All shall soon be in alignment. It is time for the Bringer of Light to die.
What is she doing here? Okay, let's go.
There!
Comrades! Sheathe your swords! There is no need for further bloodshed!
My lady!
She is come!
Hear me, brothers and sisters! The war is ended! Nidhogg is no more! Aye, it is so! This adventurer and the Azure Dragoon laid the Great Worm low! The endless cycle of violence between man and dragon was born of our forefathers' treachery. You have followed me, bled with me, to bring this truth to light that we might all know peace. But Nidhogg is dead. Nidhogg is dead, my friends. He who bore such hatred towards Ishgard is dead! Let his hatred die with him, I say! Let us sheathe our swords and go in peace!
Have we lost?
No, my friend! Far from it! At long last, the peace for which we have so desperately fought is within our grasp. And I, for one, would not forsake it.
Peace?
Seize the witch! Let none escape!
Brah. No.
Providing aid and succor to the wounded should be our first concern. If the heretics mean to observe the peace, then it would be folly not to do the same.
That was rather too close for comfort, but 'twould seem that calm is returning to the streets. My mind, however, yet clamors with 1,000 questions. You return to Ishgard with the oddest of company, my friend. That, my friends, was rather too close for comfort. Praise Helone that things did not end in bloodshed. I confess, I was more than a little dismayed to see you in the company of Lady Iceheart. Whatever is going on, Linkus? It's a long story. Let's go back to your house and talk it over. Beg pardon? You traveled to the Churning Mist together, along with Estinian? Never was there a more unlikely alliance, nor one so magnificently effective. Nidhogg dead, the heretics pacified. Father and Sir Emmerich must know of this. Let us break the news to them together. I will bring Sir Emmerich to Forton Manor. Oh. Or rather, rewind. That was Estinian. Let us break the news to them together. I will bring Sir Emmerich to Forton Manor. Yes, an excellent suggestion. Very well, Linkus and I shall await you there. Go this way until you hit an 8th rate, I guess. Tasty onigiri, huh? That's a name. That exists. Let us unveil all to everyone behind closed doors where it hopefully won't escape and nothing bad will happen ever.
Praise Helone, you are safe.
My safety was never in doubt, Father, for I had the Azure Dragoon and the Warrior of Light by my side. We bring the most wonderful tidings.
And Nidhogg's dead. Truth laid bare.
The infamous Lady Iceheart? Here in Ishgard? This is most unexpected.
She has done much to quell the violence. The Inquisition may not approve, but we are glad of her presence.
And with the Great Worm's demise, even our nation's more reactionary elements will have scant grounds to press for her immediate impeachment.
My thoughts exactly.
What of the truth revealed to us by Hraesvelgr? That the origins of the Dragonsong War, a core tenet of Ishgardian faith, are quite unlike those depicted in the scriptures.
That men and dragons once lived together in harmony, and that it was man's treachery which shattered the peace and plunged our peoples into war.
The same scripture also describes the origins of the High Houses. Were it exposed as false, the legitimacy of our rule would be called into question. If both Highborn and Lowborn can trace their ancestry to Thordan and his knights, 12.
But a single sip of dragon's blood is required to confirm their lineage.
If the Holy See knew of this and chose to remain silent, their crimes are grievous indeed. Regardless, this state of affairs cannot be allowed to continue.
Sir Emmerich, you cannot mean to raise this matter with the Archbishop.
Pray consider what you are proposing. If the Holy See chose to conceal the truth for centuries, what reason would they have to reveal it now?
At best, you will be branded a heretic and clapped in irons.
Then at least the Archbishop will have shown his true colors. My friends, this war will never truly be at an end until the truth is made known. You must see what lies on the horizon if it is not. When ruled by fear of a common enemy, we were united. But now we have none. During the war, the Highborn needed men to lead, and the Lowborn men to follow. Not anymore. 'Tis but a matter of time before the old order is called into question. Lady Iceheart will share the truth with her followers, and the Holy See will be powerless to stop its spread. The disenfranchised will rise up united, and blood will flow in the streets once more. A divided Ishgard will not survive.
Tread carefully, Lord Commander.
Attack the problem at its source, even though it's probably not the best idea.
My lady, is it wise to let him go? I sympathize with the Lord Commander's desire for reform, but to approach the Archbishop in this manner bespeaks an idealism to which I did not think Sir Emmerich prone.
Though he comports himself as a realist, he has long dreamt of reform. 'Twas that idealism which first drew me to him. That which made me swear an oath to serve. We must not think of ways to hinder his cause, but rather ways to aid it, even should the Holy See cry heresy.
You cannot mean...
If the Lord Commander does not return from the vault at the appointed hour, I mean to go and fetch him.
Have care, my lady. Your words border on treason. Should they reach the wrong ears, you will be declared an enemy of Ishgard.
That is a risk I am willing to take. Lest you forget, my lord, I am not born of this land. My loyalty is to the Lord Commander alone. But I speak only of what may come to pass. If the rumors regarding his heritage are to be believed, we have naught to fear.
And this is...
Lies and slander.
Forgive me, what rumors are these?
That Sir Emmerich is the Archbishop's bastard son. Senior clergy are not permitted to marry and sire children. But even the holiest among us are not immune to temptation.
I labor to believe it. Sir Emmerich is truly the Archbishop's son.
He has never been publicly acknowledged as such. But the rumors have plagued him since childhood. That he rose to his current position, despite being despised as a bastard and accused of profiting from his father's influence, bespeaks the quality of his character. It is my hope that on this occasion, the burden of his birth will work in his favor. Should our worst fears be realized, the Archbishop will not be so quick to execute his own flesh and blood, affording us time to mount a rescue.
Bastard or trueborn, he is our nation's best hope. If the Holy See dares to threaten him, I shall lead the charge against the Vault myself.
Hear, hear! The future of Ishgard rests on Sir Amaric's shoulders. I too will do mine utmost to aid his cause.
Orshafon, be reasonable.
A knight lives to serve, Father. To aid those in need. The people need Sir Emeric more than ever, and we may be his only hope. There is no greater calling for a knight than to save the life of his fellow man. I swear to you, on the sigil of our house, that I shall do this and make you proud.
Yeah, this will be
Even
fun.
you? Romantic, reckless fools, the lot of you. So be it. Make your preparations.
I thank you all for your support.
Imagine being a steward and hearing all that, and you're just like, literally hearing the entirety of your house and some of the most powerful people going like, hey, if they want to mess with a Lord Commander, we're going after them. Oh, whoops, sorry, I'm clicking through. Though your assistance is most welcome, I fear it will not be enough. Few as we are, we will struggle to reach the Lord Commander. If we are to succeed, we must needs recruit others to our cause. I think there, I'll take my second break of the day, refill the water, get up, stretch legs, rest the voice, all that good stuff. I implore all you folks out there to do the same. Don't go anywhere, my friends. We will be back soon. And probably push into the vault. Surely nothing will go wrong with this plan, right? Again, everybody, we back from a very ornery cat that saw me pour water and then demands he wants the water for himself. Even though he has a filtered water fountain, he still wants my water. Oh, jerk. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I love him. As should anybody who has a pet. But how are we to carry out this bold endeavor? Even with an army of knights at our backs, a direct assault on the vault seems unlikely to succeed. You are correct, Master Alphino. Not even the assembled might of House Fortom and the Temple Knights would be sufficient. With the support of another party, however, we may yet stand a chance. Speak of one of the other high houses. Precisely the opposite. I speak of the revolutionaries rumored to reside in the Broom. 'Twas these disgruntled guardians who opened the gate of our city to the heretics, I believe. But of course! If their hatred of the Holy See drove them to such deeds, they might well be persuaded to assist in Sir Emmerich's rescue, knowing the truth he would lay bare. Such is my hope, Master Alphino, and I would have you and Lycus reach out to them. As a Temple Knight and sworn servant of the Holy See, any overtures I make are doomed to fail. But as outsiders, the two of you may receive a warmer welcome. Very well. We shall seek out the leader of these revolutionaries and make our case. My thanks. Estinian, will your brothers heed your command if you order them to stand aside? The Dragoons have no love for politics, my lady. They would gladly watch and wait while the Highborn fight amongst themselves. How very wise. Lycus, we should hurry to the Forgotten Knight. Tataru may have knowledge of these revolutionaries. Or no, daytime theme. Forgotten Night. Lycus, Alphino! Gods, I've been worried sick. It's so good to see you two. And you, Tataru. How do you manage to escape the chaos in the streets? Gilberant and the others barricaded the doors until the heretics left. No one was harmed, thankfully. What about you two? What came of your journey? Yeah, a bunch of stuff happened. You're not serious? What was Sir Emmerich thinking? I mean, the way you two talk about him, I wouldn't have believed. Anyway, I've heard rumors of the people you're looking for, but I doubt they'll be of much use. The only thing I can say with any certainty is that they're led by someone called the Mongrel. A queer moniker if I've ever heard one, but mayhap it will make the individual in question easier to find. Come, let us all make inquiries below. We may see you later, buddy. Ow. What Dragoons take fall damage anyway? A mongrel? I'm not sure I catch your meaning. To a blue blood, we're all of us dogs down here. Eh? What's that? Speak up! I can't hear as well as I used to. I don't know a goddamn thing about the mongrel, but if I did, you can be sure I wouldn't tell you. Wait, are we getting... Yeah, they do. They're jackasses. Not a single shred of information, just as I expected. These revolutionaries would not have evaded capture for so long without the masses' complicity. Still, it is good to know that Tataru's ears are as sharp as ever. Frustrating though it may be, we must press on. While I continue speaking with the people of the Broom, why not go and see if Gilbrot knows aught of value? As the proprietor of the Forgotten Knight, surely he must have heard whispers of the Mongol before. We can only hope that he will be more forthcoming than the others. I shouldn't laugh at that, but it's too funny. Every time you're in a city, you just hear crunch and a yelp. You know, people long for a sympathetic ear, but they need to know when it comes with tight lips. Discretion, Linkus. That's what my customers expect. If they don't get it, then I don't get them. That being said, I'm not without my sympathies. I've heard the tales. I know you've done right by highborn and lowborn alike. Least I could do is point you in the right direction. But to do that, I'll need you to do something for me. So happens there's a hunter up in the Crozier who owes me a fair bit of coin. However, I've agreed to accept payment in fresh herbs. Go and get them for me. Agreed? So you're Gilbert's errand boy? Good, good. How's he doing? Same as always? Right. Anyway, I hope he appreciates how much trouble I had to go through on account of those bloody herbs. Tell him to enjoy them while they last, because I doubt I'll be able to find any more next year. Nameless. Some of these item descriptions. Nope, not the plaza. Dummy. Not the manufacturer either. Just save time just by running there by now. No, maybe not. I kind of look fast. Well, you gonna hand him over or not? Ah, this ought to do it. A few other spices could make it just like she used to. There are a few things which stir the hearts of men like a sip of mulled wine. Share a glass with the right people, and who knows what stories they'll share. Now that I think on it, there's a woman I know who's rather fond of this blend. Hierthia is her name. She resides in the Pillars. She's a maidservant to some noble house or another. I forget. Anyway, be a shame if she didn't get to try this wine. When I give her a bottle. Make wine that fast, huh? Oh. Well, maybe it'd be better. Whee! I still say as a Dragoon you should be immune to fall damage. Yes, I am Herthia. Beg your pardon, but do I know you, sir? I got some wine for you. I know this smell. This is the wine that girl used to prepare. Her special recipe. It must be decades since I last tasted this. Oh, the poor dear. It's a shame she was taken in by that Baron. He cut a dashing figure, I'll grant you that. Tall, slender, long of ear. But those dazzling ruby eyes of his were filled with lust. It was not more than infatuation, what she felt. She convinced herself it was love, and he couldn't help but take advantage. When her belly started to grow, gods, the scandal! I mean, 'tis not an uncommon occurrence. That I was with a hearer made it so much. Well, I needn't tell you. She was discharged from the service and cast out in the streets like so much refuse. After she returned to the broom, we drifted apart. Only learned of her death years later by chance. So it's a half-elf. Or half-Elizan, half-here. They call them half-elves in this realm? I don't know. Considering they're called Elizan. So the amorous nobleman beds his maidservant and casts her aside when the seed takes root. Not the most original tale, is it? Cold comfort for the women and children who live it, though. Even the Pentient can appreciate wine from time to time. Take Geraldo, for example. Surely you've heard of him, no? It's a monk who offers succor to the poorest of poor in the broom. A man of many vows, but none which prohibit spirituous beverages. Aye, if there was a man who deserved a drink, it'd be him. Helen's blessings be upon you, sir. A gift? For me? Scent. How reminiscent of a wine once made by a dear old friend. May her soul rest in peace. Forsaken by her family, she toiled tirelessly to feed and clothe her child. Yet somehow she found time to help me tend to those even worse circumstances. So compassionate she was, so full of love for her fellow man. 'Twas that love which gave her child strength to endure the scorn of the other younglings. Ah, little girl, bless her heart, she couldn't help what she was. Eventually, she won them over. For those first few years were trying, even more so when she had to start fending for herself. I remember days she spent standing on the walls, her raven black hair flowing in the wind, staring out, just searching for her mother's face in the mists. So she's a half-breed, and she has black hair. That's 2 hits we've been given. Outside of a burp, which apologies for. It probably won't cure itself much later because I'm going to eat me a pizza, and the kind of pizza I got gives me a bunch of it. Probably shouldn't admit that, but she was a remarkable woman, Linkus. For after everything she was forced to endure, she still remained hopeful for the future, for her daughter's future. So we've given them the wine that she made, this mother. Some bonds are thicker than blood, but blood still defines us, and divides us in the end. It's the legacy of our parents, Linkus, and we can't escape it, no matter how hard we try. So the mongrel and her pups chose to embrace theirs, to reclaim it to proclaim it to all and sundry. If you can understand that, maybe you could find her on your own. Over here, I think it's back in here. No, it's not. Still looking for your mongrel. Like I said before, take your pick. Plenty around if you know where to look. Or if you fancy someone specific. Did we ever get told about her eyes? Just going up and taking a look. Kinda did. With the father having ruby red eyes. Huh, someone's got unusual taste. Afraid I can't help you though. Won't, rather. It's bloody obvious you ain't at the broom. You think I'd just tell you because you asked nicely. Where are you? 73. What are you doing here? Doing the same thing as me, except... Yeah. I'm not one to question. You do you. Have you made any progress, Linkus? Yeah. Ruby red eyes, black hair, half-breed. So our mongrel was born of an Elysian noblewoman and a Herian nobleman and a Herian maidservant. Granted, it is no location, but it is far more information than we had before. Yes, now that her striking features are known to us, mayhap we need only remain vigilant. There must be a way we can draw the mongrel out into the open. Mayhap we should discuss this with Tataru. Speaking of which, where is Tadaru? She... Oh, confound it! She went below to make inquiries of her own, didn't she? We must find her quickly, Linkus. I have a premonition this is not going to end well. And you're probably right. Here. No. It says up. Oh wait, I think I know. No, not here. Over there's at a range. Oh, up there. She must be around here somewhere. I take it you had no luck either. Take it no luck either, probably is what you would say. Oh, there she is. Found her. Oh, I'm sorry. Forgot I said anything. Wait, down there. Isn't that the Tataru? There's men are chasing her. Quickly, Linkus. After them. Ruh-roh.
Where do you think you're going, Missy?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
What's going on here?
What's it to you, boy? Piss off.
Hold on. I've seen them around. They're in and out of House 4 Tom's Manor all the time.
Oh, I see. Skulking about at your highborn master's bidding, eh? Bloodhounds hoping to catch a whiff of heresy, is that it?
You are quite mistaken, I assure you. We came here to help. And if you know what's good for you, you will let us pass.
Haha! Listen to the pups yapping. Come here, boy. I'll give you cause to yelp.
Enough! Leave threatening women and children to our betters. We don't have the knack.
Ma'am?
Hilda!
Lay a finger on the Blue Blood's pups, and you're like to lose the hand. And often I get called on by glorious heroes like yourself. So tell me, what have I done to deserve you?
Before you start, let's go somewhere a bit more private, eh? We've got knights, say. Where are you on, Tataru? Telling everybody to clear out. Yep. Well, it's going to sound stupid, but we're going to storm the vault and free Sir Emmerich.
So, while you're on your way to kill Nidhogg, you stumbled on some dirty secrets that the Holy See has been hiding for centuries.
Eh? What are they on about?
The High Houses. And what makes a nobleman so bleeding noble? They trace their blood back to King Thordan and his Knights 12, the founders of Ishgard. But our friends here reckon we're all descended from the heroes of Eld. Highborn and lowborn alike. And so Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, has gone to ask the Archbishop if he wouldn't mind letting everyone know.
Is he simple? The old bastard will have him executed for heresy.
Well, seems to me that's what the good sir wants. Seems he thinks a noble sacrifice will serve to prove his claims.
We cannot stand idly by and allow Sir Emmerich to do this. Ishgard has need of him.
Look, you've a good heart, I can see that. Willing to risk your neck for someone else even when his troubles ain't yours. But what's this got to do with me?
If Sir Emmerich is imprisoned in the vault, we will need all the help we can muster to breach their defenses and rescue him.
What in the hells?
He's probably dead.
Ah, the unmistakable scent of heresy. And what do we have here? The honored guests of House Fortom consorting with the Queen of Rats.
And now the Heavens Ward is onto us.
Ooh, plotting insurrection, I shouldn't wonder. That won't do. Sickness is wont to fester and spread. It must be burnt out ere the infection takes hold.
I reckon Sir would be happy to wield the irons himself. Well, so happens I've got irons of my own.
Yeah, spellcasters.
Such simple creatures, rats. Certain to attack when cornered. Let us step outside, milady. In here, your toys could hurt someone.
Patient. If you want to, if it's a fight you want, then come and get it. I'm such fury. Patience, my queen. We've only just begun. Defend Sir Cherubim. Kill the rebels. Shower bear. Seems you are beyond reason. A marvelous.
You disgust me.
Stop this, all of you! It's madness! Why are you fighting? More horse upon, over here! How thick. Noble bastard, Mongol bitch. This Mongol bitch is gonna put a bullet between your eyes.
Bear witness!
Pelone, guide my sword!
Filthy rats!
Does that work? Oopsie.
There's no denying your gifts. A well-deserved reputation indeed.
Enough!
Lucky bastard.
Nay, 'tis we who are lucky. Had we fought on, 'twas but a matter of time before our conflict claimed the life of an innocent bystander.
Couldn't even make a somersault animation.
I thought the Heavens Ward might come here as well.
They came to the Temple Knights' headquarters.
Aye. Sir Grinno announced that the Lord Commander had been imprisoned under suspicion of heresy, and that the Heavens Ward had been granted full authority in his stead.
Then the Heavens Ward now commands the Temple Knights.
Those still loyal to Sir Emmerich answer to me. Alas, that amounts to but half our number. The other half, who opposed his promotion to Lord Commander, have gathered at the vault as ordered.
Bolstering the guard already, eh? If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were expected.
I take it you're in charge around here?
Hilda. And yes, the young master was just persuading me to join his lost cause. Convincing little beggar, isn't he? Aye. Your passion moved me. A bit. That, and the fact that we're sick of living off the leavings of our betters. If you've a mind to change things around here, then we've a mind to join you.
And a sudden shift tonight. Let me guess, you're wondering why I chose the mongrel, right? Because it's what I am, and I'm not ashamed of it. Not anymore. Besides, even my pure-blood pups have more in common with me than the lords and ladies on up high. None of them are well-bred. Hell, some of their mothers were cast out after a spot of fun, same as mine. Story old as time, and one we're sick of hearing, which is why we took up arms. Not that we mean to hold all the Blue Bloods to account. Some have done right by us, I'll allow, like them in House Hallentar. Of course, you'd know all about that, wouldn't you? But enough talk. Your friend's still rotting in a cell. Let's not keep him waiting. You've been working in secret to undermine the Holy See and the Hind Houses. That much I'll acknowledge. But this nonsense about us throwing wide the gates for the heretics is just that. Nonsense. If not you, then who? Your Temple Knights, of course. Reckon it was your beloved Sir Emmerich's doing it first, when I heard how he lost his but then I heard how he lost his head. My next best guess would be the Heavens Ward. That way they'd have the perfect excuse to go door to door through the broom, slaughter the heretics and their sympathizers in one fell swoop. But the Heavens Ward scheme did not account for Lady Iceheart's intervention, so they have been forced to improvise. Flying bloody mess, ain't it? The highest cost, So what's the plan? We must divert the attention of the high houses away from the city, and to do that, we need the cooperation of your allies in their service. What makes you think I have friends in high places? We'd be fools not to, given your goals. Low-born knights are ideal recruits. Most swore feebly only out of desire for a better life. If offered an opportunity to shed the yoke and live for themselves, who among them would not at least be tempted to take it? Rare is the man eager to die for a cause he does not hold dear, but it need not come to that this day. If they and their fellow knights are deployed afield to deal with a new threat, a massing of heretics for example, they will be unable to join in defense of the vault. Huh. Spread false reports of an attack to get them out of harm's way, you mean? The city will not soon forget the heretics' last assault. If the high houses believe another attack is imminent, they will have no choice but to act. Can it be done? Can we trick them into leaving Ishgard? Aye. Can we keep them out for long? Not bloody likely. Make sure you're ready before I send word, because you won't get a second chance at this. And it is decided. To the vault. The Archbishop must be held to account. And the Lord Commander granted his liberty. Hearken to me, everyone. We have two objectives. Rescue Sir Emmerich and apprehend the Archbishop. We will therefore divide our forces into two parties. Lord Haurchefant, Estinian, Master Alphino, and I will make ready to breach the underground jail and search for the Lord Commander. We will not move, however, until the second party has entered the vault. I speak of your party, Warrior of Light. For this plan to succeed, you will need to fight your way to the highest levels of the vault, even unto the Archbishop's private chambers. When the Heaven's Ward realize that what you intend, they will fly to their master's side, leaving only a token force to guard the jail. Temple Knights loyal to our cause will have already secured the entrance to the vault. Once you are within, they will signal to us. If all goes to plan, we shall rejoin you with Sir Emmerich and confront the Archbishop together. Is everyone clear on the duties? Then let us do what needs to be done. Last vigil? Question mark? Storm the gates. We shall. Build us up for position, Master Linkus. I will send word once you and your party have entered. To enter the vault. Sir Emmerich's attempt to bring the truth of the Dragon Song War to light has ended in failure. Imprisoned by the Archbishop under suspicion of heresy, he now languishes in a jail underneath the vault. Yet all is not lost, for Lucia has hatched a bold plan to see justice done. While her party frees Sir Emmerich from captivity, you are to lead a party into the highest levels of the vault and seize Thordan the Seventh. Through the Knights of the Heaven's Ward will attempt to bar your passage, you must press on, for the future of Ishgard hangs in the balance. One-man army. Let's do it. Say, where's that archer? Excuse me. Ominous orchestra. Forget what kind of piano you call that. I already possess one. Oh, you're dying. Dodge, 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 dodge.
I'll cut you to pieces! I will not yield to you! I have the power!
I had you. Well, time is on our side. We will meet again. Probably should have read the other guy's lines, but wasn't thinking. Very Dark Souls-esque, this entire place. Very and Orlando-y with the mechanized knights.
price!
Yeah, as I thought. I don't think I have enough burst damage to take him out.
And now the final cut! This shall be mercy. You disgust me.
Here we go.
Our power! How can this be? Fall back!
They just casually walk away. We get stopped by an airship.
Father, please!
We were not too late, my friend.
Why must you do this, Father? Nidhogg is fallen. There is no need for further deception. Now is the time to renounce the lies which led us down this path. To start anew!
And tear down the very pillars of our society? Our history, our values, everything we have built over 1,000 years? A fool to the last.
Let's go, buddy. Let's get him.
Look out!
Go. Asisla awaits.
Lord Orchefort!
You are unharmed. Forgive me. I could not bear the thought of... not look at me so. A smile better suits a hero.
To answer your question, you probably sound like you'd have marbles in your mouth too if you spent about a couple hours getting beaten. I know not what to say. The others, they are gathered at Forton Manor. So how you feeling, buddy? Any better? After you hopefully got a couple hours of sleep. Better but still achy? Yeah. At least you're feeling better. That's a good part.
Don't. Please. A knight lives to serve, to protect, to sacrifice. There is no greater calling. Leave me to mourn and give chase. For my son and for the nation he loved. Go!
His sacrifice shall not be forgotten.
My son.
I could not stand there in silence, but when all others had forsaken us, Lord Haurchefant took us in, our beacon of hope in a world of darkness. He did his utmost to raise our spirits, so that we might face our troubles with courage, with conviction, so that we may face them as knights. And I think that is a good stopping point for the night. Everyone, whether you're active in chat or just lurking, doesn't matter. Thank you so much for coming out. Really do appreciate it. Let's see. Yeah, sure. If he's going at it. I think one Mr. Jesse Cox is writing up some backstory to give to people that might make it easier to follow. So we're not going to edit stream info, we're going to raid channel. Alright friends, thanks so much for being out here tonight. Barring any sudden changes in schedule, probably be going at it again around 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Continue on with losing a dear friend who helped us out when we had no one else to turn to. So again, 5:30 p.m. Eastern, give or take, is when we'll start again. Have a good rest of your, what's today, Tuesday or Wednesday, wherever you are out in the world. Have a good night, or day, wherever you are. Stay safe.